Hi, this is Mike from Mike's Unboxing Reviews and How To, and today something slightly different, but it is definitely a gadget. Don't say it isn't a gadget. This is a tech related thing. It has got USB Type-C, it is electrical, it is a fan, will keep you cool, and is good for gamers. This is the actual description from Amazon's website, so bear with me, this may take a while.
This is the Hamswan Small Mobile Portable Air Conditioner, Cooler, Desk Fan Noiseless, Evaporative Air Cooling, Rechargeable, 3-speed, Semi-LED, Office, Humidifier, and Purifier, Home Straight Dorm.
Keep watching to find out more. Okay, so we're going to be taking a look at what is essentially an evaporative cooler. It doesn't have to be evaporative, it is just a portable air conditioner on its standalone self, but you can actually put water in this thing to keep it even cooler, and potentially even some ice cubes to get the water temperature even lower to keep yourself nice and cool during those hot and steamy gaming sessions. Although here in the United Kingdom at the moment, yeah, not quite so warm. But if you have a warm room, maybe you've got a slightly older NVIDIA graphics card and it's keeping the room rather toasty and you want to have a little bit of cooler air coming towards you, this could be just the ticket. Now originally this retailed for around about £53 on amazon.co.uk, which at that price, yeah, not so keen. But we did find it as a particularly good bargain on ShopSmart, which if you haven't joined already, links will be in the video description, all that information you need. But essentially, this was reduced down to a ridiculous price of about £13 here in the UK. And ironically, the seller of this item actually in the UK, we didn't notice this until after, and it's not sponsored in any way, shape or form. If anything, it's sponsored by ourselves. But this is actually sold by a company called Easy SMX, which some of you may have heard of. We have not got anything to do with this. Literally, we found the deal, it got posted to us, we posted it, and we actually bought one, and it wasn't until I looked and was like, oh, well, Kath actually looked. I'm taking credit unduly. But Kath noticed it, and yes, it's from Easy SMX. Whether it's the same company, I haven't investigated entirely, but yeah, potentially it is. So, with that out of the way, let's take a look at the packaging, see what it's like. We'll give it a test run, see if it's any good. I've got to be honest with you, for 13 quid, I'm expecting this to be absolute rubbish, and probably either heading straight back to Amazon, or actually bypass Amazon altogether and just throw it in the bin. Although, it has got rechargeable batteries, so you've got to be careful what you recycle these days. Anyway, so on the front you can see it says air cooler fan, and there's some writing there which I've got no idea what it is. It shows you a little bit of a mist on there, so I'm assuming there is a mist function on this as well, so it'll actually throw out a little bit of vapor towards you as well to keep you even cooler, which is pretty cool. On the side of the box we've got the specifications there, so the model is the WT-F26. Materials are ABS, silica gel and leather. The weight of it is 873 grams, obviously that is going to be excluding water. It's got a water tank capacity of 300 millilitres. Input is 5 volts, working current, etc, etc. Product size, battery capacity, blah, 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 blah. It is essentially rechargeable, so yeah, you get the general idea. Looking at the top of the box, it does say there it comes in some various colours. So you've got a blue colour, navy blue, you've got a baby pink, and also you've got a grey. Looking from the packaging, it looks like a grey one, but actually looking closer, there's a very tiny little dash there, which means I'm assuming this is going to be the blue one. Let's find out. So first of all, yes, it is the blue version. So let's pull that out and put that to one side. That's just pretty cool. I quite like the look of that. I was expecting to be, I don't know why, but I was expecting it to be a lot smaller. When you think about it, price-wise, you think £13, portable air conditioner, you think it's going to come out looking like something that'll go in a Barbie house. But actually, that's a pretty decent size. Not much else in there. So you've got the box itself and the what appears to be a USB cable and some kind of instruction manual. So let's take a quick look at those. I'm assuming the instruction manual, being that the box is mostly in, which I believe to be Chinese. I think the rest of it probably will be also. So we've got a QC pass, excellent. There is a USB cable, which actually, that's quite a nice USB cable. It's a flat USB Type-C, so excellent. No faffing around trying to work out which way it goes in. And these days USB is making a massive, massive impact on the market, USB Type-C that is. So it's very likely that you're going to find a device or something compatible where you can actually charge this should you need to. Now the theory is this thing can last for about 30 to 50 hours with a single charge. There's a 2000 mAh battery in there. Yeah, I'm guessing it depends on things like lighting, fan speed, whether you've got the mist function on, all that kind of stuff. But in theory, you shouldn't really have to use it on the USB Type-C much, if at all, but you can if you want to. If the battery's flat, you can use it when it's plugged in, so that's pretty cool. Instruction manual, very, very basic, and mostly, from what I can tell, well, there is a little bit of English in here as well, so yeah, it tells you how to take it all apart. Sizes, fan RPM. So the motor RPM is between 1500 and 2500 RPM. Pretty much it. Working voltage between 1 watt and 8 watts. So yeah, I suppose with a 2000 mAh battery, yeah, I suppose that is about right. So 30 to 50 hours would probably be in and around that sort of thing. So yeah, it tells you everything about it in there. How to start the fan, humidification, how to replace the water absorption curtain. Wow, they made that sound rather grandeur. Anyway, let's just wing it and see what happens. So let's take a look at this to start off with. So first of all, you've got a leather strap on the top, blue color-coded leather strap to match with the front there. So again, it is portable, so you can just carry it around should you wish to. To be honest with you, that's probably going to be a bit of a faff with that on there, but I guess if you wanted to carry it around, you could do. On the front, as you can probably see already, so this is the output section, so the fan is blowing out this way. You do have the ability to change the direction. Down is probably not such a great one, although saying that, if you're typing away, keep your fingers nice and cool, or if you're gaming and you're getting a bit hot and sweaty, then aim it towards the old face and yeah, happy days. Pretty good, like it so far. On the top, we've got our water filling chamber, so you just pull this off the top. A little bit of plastic there, fill that with water, and that is where all the good stuff happens. And also there is RGB lighting in there as well, which is cool, which we're yet to see yet. The top has got the 3 control buttons, so you've got a power button, you've also got a misting button, what appears to be a lighting button. So actually let's try that now. So power on, yep, so that's the first fan speed. Press again, fan speed 2, and fan speed 3. And fan speed 3 is actually quite noisy, but there is actually a fair bit of air coming through there. We'll have a look at the fan shortly, see what that's actually all about. So in the middle you've got your misting button. Obviously when the fan's on, you can press that and it will mist if there's water in there. It looks like it's got some sort of automatic cutout. Yes, cut out because there's no water in there, so that's excellent. And RGB wise, we've got some lighting on there, so you press the button once and it starts going through the colour cycle. I think they said 7 different colours on there, so yeah, nice and relaxing if you want a little bit of extra mood lighting. This would probably be pretty good for if you're going to sleep actually. Just turn it on and just let it go overnight, especially on those hot, humid nights where you don't really want to have a full-size fan going. This could be pretty good. And does that stop? Yeah, I think that if you press it again, it then stops on a particular colour, which it appears to have done. Press it again, turns it off. So yeah, turn it on when you like a colour, press the button again, it will stick on that colour, press it again, turns it off. So yeah, that's pretty good. Fan. Yeah, press that through, cycles through. Yeah, pretty good so far, I'm quite impressed. So on the back we've got the USB Type-C connection, which is at the top there. Actually I would have preferred to have seen that down the bottom. I think for cable management wise, if you are leaving it permanently plugged in, that would have been much better on the bottom, but yeah, not the end of the world. And on the back here we can see our fan, which actually looks a lot like a PC fan. That looks like a, I think it's a 120mm fan. So maybe we could take that and modify it, maybe put a notcher in there, get things a little bit quieter, that'd be interesting. Maybe we'll do that at a later date. On the bottom, 4 rubber feet to keep it all nice and stable on the desk, and there's some information there about power usage, etc, etc. So let's see how this works. So we'll pull the front out, I'm guessing, yeah. So pull the front out, that gives you access to the kind of the angle thing for changing the angle of the air, and then we also get our kind of water reservoir type thing. So essentially this works like a radiator in a car or in a PC, I guess. So these fins, you get them wet because there's cool water on there. As air goes past, you get the cooling effect of water and air, and it will drop the temperature of the air coming through considerably. Very common, used in a lot of devices. If you go to some hire shops and look for a evaporative cooler, and you can hire them, normally you have one of these and it's the same sort of thing, but just huge, massive thing of water on the top. You can chuck ice in as well. So yeah, nothing actually groundbreaking there, but actually quite an interesting design. That it says in the instructions, I'm pretty sure you'll just have to soak that for a while to get it wet. I'm a little bit concerned though, because there doesn't seem to be any obvious kind of drainage area. So if there's too much water going through there, how does that work? And actually that, I guess, would have to go the other way around in order to get moisture from the top, it would seem. I don't know, I'm confused. I may have to look at the instruction manual. Okay, we've had a quick look through the instructions and I think it's slightly clearer now. Not massively clearer, but certainly it's seeming to be a little bit more clear. So yes, it does go with the plastic bit at the top there, so water doesn't actually drop through and actually go onto those sponge veiny bits. that is purely for the misting section. So the mist comes through the bottom there, then gets taken through there. So you do have to wet this first of all in order to get some moisture into it. So yeah, dip this into the sink or under the tap or whatever, get that bit of a water on there. I guess again, because those bits touch the bottom, if there is any water which does accumulate in the bottom, it is going to kind of wick upwards anyway. So yeah, that seems to be absolutely fine in my opinion. Looking inside now, actually, now we've got that out, you can see there is basically what is looking to be a PC fan, the kind of thing you'd get in a power supply many moons ago. Just a standard, I would say probably 12 volt fan in there. And the connections actually do look like you could probably replace it. So yeah, maybe if we do keep this and keep on using it for a while, we might actually swap out the fan for something a little bit more luxurious. Anyway, that's enough talking. Let's get this thing actually going. So I'm going to go and put this thing under the tap and get it a little bit wet, and then we'll come back and give it a test. Okay, so we're back, and Kath has kindly wetted this for us, so that's all nice and damp now. So yeah, all we've got to do is to put this back in the bottom there. It says. So that goes in there relatively straightforward. I did actually as well get a USB Type-C cable, just a generic one, and put it on charge, so you can see when it's charging, you get a red light say it's charging. Pretty sure it goes green when it's fully charged, that kind of thing. So again, you can use it on power if you want to, like on a kind of mains power. I suppose you could as well if you use like an AC power bank, that sort of thing. That'd be pretty handy as well. So let's fill up with some water and try not to get this everywhere. Good luck with that, he says. It appears to be leaking. Now it says 300 mils, 330 mils, but I'm not sure. Well, I've probably put more than enough in there. So never been one to do things by halves. So that is that bit done. Let's stick that back on the top. So yeah, I think we're pretty much ready. So let's turn this thing on. Ooh, and now it's making a noise. Ah, and actually, I don't know if it's coming through on the camera or not. You can definitely hear it. But yeah, it seems to be evaporating some steam out the top there. Well, not steam, like a mist of water. Let's turn that. So it's actually, that is quite cool air. It's definitely a lot cooler than what it was. Sorry, a little bit of moisture there. So yeah, that is actually, that's quite nice. I don't know whether you'd put up with it, because the it's not silent. It says noiseless, but it's far from noiseless. And if you have it on the evaporative section as well. I don't know, can you actually see that? I'm not sure if it's coming up on camera, but there's definitely a very light mist coming out of there. Maybe if we turn this around, you can see it a little bit. But it's a very fine mist. You can just about see it. Sadly, because we're on a white desk, it's actually very difficult to see it. But there is, sometimes if I get my shirt nearer, you can just about see it blowing by. So it's like, I can just about see it in the monitor we've got there. So yeah, you can see it kind of. Let's see if I put a cloth there, will that show it up more? No. I am rubbish at my job. But effectively, yeah, that's pretty good. So you got the moisturising effect of the water, so you're humidifying as well. So if you're in one of those slightly more arid climates where it's like your mouth's going and your eyes are going, then this is going to be good because it's going to put a little bit of extra moisture into the air. If you are in a more damp environment, then obviously you don't need to use that. You can just use it as a fan. Yeah, it's pretty good. It isn't noiseless. It is relatively loud. I don't know whether I'll be able to sleep with that, but then it's kind of like a white noise, so maybe you could. On the second speed, it's quite good. It's not too bad at all. And obviously you can adjust it. And Kath's over there, she can feel the breeze coming from the camera, so that is a good, what, 6 foot away? Yeah. On high speed, yeah, it's moving her hair. So yeah, definitely not noiseless at this noise level, or speed level rather. Back to level 1. Yeah, it seems whenever you turn it on, the first thing it does is it goes into that evaporative mode. So that's an automatic thing. So for some of you that might be slightly annoying having to actually turn that off. I really wish I could get the mist to show up a little bit better. You can just about see it coming out there, I think. I can see it in the monitor there. But it doesn't make your hand feel wet or anything. So if you put your hand there normally, like if you had a car exhaust, put your hand near a car exhaust, after a few seconds you can get the kind of moisture and like all the crap. But this is yeah, it doesn't appear to be leaving any residue or moisture. So yeah, I've got to be honest here, it's not actually pretty cool. And we'll put the RGB light on the top, bit of mood lighting. I've got to be honest, for £12 or £13 I think it was, with the postage and all that kind of stuff on Amazon Prime, yes, you can do considerably worse. At the original price of around about £50, I don't know, it is quite a niche product. If you're someone who's moving around a lot and maybe you're, I don't know, working in an office which is particularly dry and you want to take it to work with you, it's kind of relatively portable. You could stick it in your bag, fill it up with water when you get to work, that kind of thing. For a home user, yeah, I think it's going to be absolutely fine. Most people have got enough room for this on their desk. It doesn't take up a great deal of room. And actually, speaking of room, we are looking at roughly about 6 inches by 7 inches by 6. So yeah, it's not going to take up a huge amount of room on your desk. And if you need a little bit of extra cooling, then it is going to be absolutely fine. So I don't know, what do you think? Let me know in the comment section. This again is one of those crazy bargains which we picked up from ShopSmart. So if you haven't followed already, please do. You can also get a lot of those deals actually in our Discord as well, in the bargains no chat section. So you're more than welcome to join that as well. Yeah, you get to find out some crazy things like this in the daily postings. I've got to be honest with you, 13 quid, I do not feel as if I've been cheated or that I've done badly at all. As a fan, and quite a decent one. And of course, one thing you could do as well, if you didn't want to use the evaporative side of it, you could just take that out of the equation altogether, take that out, put this back in, because I know someone's bound to ask, and then you can use it. This bit doesn't go in particularly easy, I've just noticed, so you have to be right on the right angle. But if you do that with let's turn the steam off, just with that on the fan mode, because there's obviously nothing blocking the way, you don't get that reduction in kind of temperature other than the normal effects of a fan, but it does give off a lot more air because obviously there's nothing blocking it. So much like a PC case, if you remove the filters and etc., then it does much better. And actually you probably could, I don't think it's going to damage it by doing that, by leaving the kind of that moisture feature on or off. I don't know. Okay, so I think it's going to wrap this one up. I've yapped on for way too long considering what this actually is, but yeah, it's one of those fun little things in the game for £13. Yeah, you could take a punt on it. I'm going to keep it. I'm not going to get rid of it, I'm going to keep it. I was considering sending it back, but actually, come the summertime, this thing is going to be absolutely great. It'd be worth its weight in gold. It'd be worth more than petrol is at the moment. It's going to be, yeah, one of those things where you're like, oh, if only I had one of those, it would be great. So anyway, this is going to wrap this one up. This has been the, well, that long thing I said at the beginning of the video. I've been Mike, this is Mike's Unboxing Reviews and How To, and hopefully we'll catch you in the very next video. Thanks for watching.